Yes, it's all a bit. It's an ongoing episode of my completely different life.
Yeah. I mean, what it's telling me is that we will not be creating a podcast when you've moved to Sassari full time.
Yeah, it's just going to get in the way, isn't it?
Yeah, you're going to have to just focus on your life.
Well, I could get a little bit more. I don't know. It's also because I'm going tomorrow, so it's a little bit, feeling like, there's things I've got to get done.
What are the things that you have to get done?
Well, importantly, I have to go and get some things from the supermarket in order to make sandwiches for my trip tomorrow.
That is a high watermark.
I know. Lil and I have to go on a ride on the number 8 bus because it's very cute and it goes around places.
Is it a cute shaped bus or is it a cute route bus?
Oh my. Tutti e due. It's both. There's got these little electric buses and they're like a regular London bus. It's like half the length.
Yeah.
Very cute. I've never been on one yet and I'm super excited about that. And then aperitivo and etc. etc. This is a podcast in which two friends talk about the pleasures, absurdities, and imperfections of being human. I'm Simon Ellis.
And I'm Lee Miller. Welcome to Midlifing.
How are you?
I'm coming out the other side of a cold which has been hanging on since just before New Year's.
Yeah, wow. That's has it been quite hard going the last week?
Yeah, it has. I won't lie.
Oh,
I felt quite rough.
Oh.
Not very lovely.
Does that mean you spent the entire week at home working?
No.
You went out?
No. I had one day where I had to be in work, and then I had a second day where I should have been in work, but we were battered by a very large storm.
I've heard this. Did you get caught in any snowdrifts or anything like that?
No. Where we are in the southwest, the far southwest, ours was winds of up to 140 miles an hour off the coast of Penzance. It was really very, very full on. Trees down, roofs off. It was quite bad.
Wow.
And
everything's okay with your roof?
Oh, we're too far away. So
we're
we're further up the
South
country.
Penzance, yeah.
Yeah, so that's right.
So that means,
so
when it was exposed, where Falmouth is, you just didn't go out there.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Because the roads if I'd driven, the roads were closed from Truro to Penryn. If I'd taken the train, well, I couldn't. The trains were cancelled. The trains were cancelled for two or 3 days. Yeah, it was a lot.
Finally, they had a good excuse to cancel a train. Sorry.
This time, I am actually going to give them. They did, just the once. They had a good excuse. Unlike
they had a good
usual.
excuse. Yeah. So it's all been going on, hasn't it? And have you been thinking of moving to Greenland?
Oh, I feel like we started this podcast thinking that we were in the end of times because of COVID, and we're like, well, this is what the apocalypse feels like, and then we realised, no,
you haven't seen nothing yet.
This was just the warm up.
Yeah. We just finished the stretching come out of COVID, and now we're finally realising.
Yeah.
I was thinking. Actually, I read something the other day. I can't remember where I saw it, but it was about this idea that we're now entering an age of empires. That the way in which, and I said that to Lil, and she goes, "Wait, when did we leave?" But it's brazen.
Well, this is the thing. I mean. Yeah, Trump has just announced that he doesn't need international law. He just needs his own thoughts.
Yeah, which is, given his thoughts.
Well, he says, he doesn't plan to harm anybody.
Of course he doesn't. Yeah.
I know
it's pretty high, yeah. Anyway.
I was going to say, I know you spent a long time trying to avoid the news, and I have to say that I might have reached that moment now where I go, yeah, I can't talk about this.
Yeah, it's not. It's very, very difficult to understand one's place in the world in
Yeah.
times like these, isn't it?
I think the cognitive dissonance of watching American TV shows and then seeing what's happening in the United States of America is overwhelming, because we have been sold a product that the United States is effectively the world's police, that they are, they are always on the right side. There's no grey area in the middle. It's just those are the
Yeah,
baddies,
us
these are the
and them.
goodies.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly.
And we've got now a form of police force that's the most unregulated federal
When you say
force.
we, you mean in the
We,
world
the
we have
world, the
ICE. I
world.
mean,
Yeah,
it's,
we have ICE, which are now shooting people with impunity. I know I said I can't talk about it, and I'm talking about it,
you
but
are, yeah. I don't. Yeah, I think that thing about. I guess I'll use the word impotence. That feeling of, in the scale of, let's say, world/political events, which is what is one to do, and of course, because you are more locked into that stream. Not saying you're heavily, but more than I am for sure. The scale and the capacity to imagine what one's life is, when in the past, of course, we weren't so. We were not nearly as responsive to, and not nearly as responsible for, and not nearly as kind of aware of all that stuff going on. And I'm not sure which is better in a way. There's something about the importance of understanding what is going on, and yet, as we've said many times, and as I've said many times, filtered through any kind of social media bubble is a terrible, terrible, terrible way to get a sense of what's going on in the world. I mean, it's a truly, truly terrible way, because it's just pushing all those very easy to push buttons that go deep in our psyches as to, about what we're afraid of, what we're excited by, etc.
Yeah.
I don't want to use the word dopamine, but it's that kind of, that kind of world. So there's something really complex about that, isn't it? But it does mean in a conversation like this, we go, oh, what? Wait, how do we, what?
Yeah, and I think it feels more acute, probably because you mentioned social media, and if we remove the word social and we just think about media and we talk about mainstream media, it's not as if they are somehow a more direct
It's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gone.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah. I mean, I've been looking a little bit this last week at Reuters or the Associated Press websites, which are kind of fascinating, because the kind of coldness of them is sort of extraordinary. It's not saying that they don't have all their other kind of stuff, as you're saying. They've all got those kinds of biases you're talking about, because how it is that the news is got is already going to be tainted. But there's something about, as I say, the coldness of the writing, which is fascinating. Not that pleasurable.
No. So we're not going to talk about moving to Greenland. We're not going to talk about the news. What's left?
I actually wanted to. It's funny. It's slightly related. I was. I actually wanted to. I've been thinking about what we ignore, so it's kind of related in a way. And I wanted to ask you, what do you ignore? And it's because a while ago I read a book by Susie Allegre, which is called Freedom to Think. It's called Freedom to Think, The Long Struggle to Liberate Our Minds. It's a pretty interesting book about the importance of freedom of thought, which you think, well, how's that? Not is there something even in question there? But of course, anyway, she's talking about Aldous Huxley of Brave New World fame.
World. Yeah.
Yep. Huxley identified, this is quoting Huxley, man's almost infinite appetite for distractions, or as Professor Lord Tim Wu puts it, our incredible, magnificent power to ignore, as and Huxley identified as one of the biggest threats to human freedom. pretty heavy going. But I'm curious about just that thing about, well, given even this conversation or in your life, what are the things or the thing that comes to mind when I say, what is it that you ignore? And putting aside the value or the terribleness or the positive or negative aspects of the things or the rationale for why you ignore those things.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I have ignored throughout my life, and it only bubbles up very occasionally, is sport.
Huh.
So that's a thing that I ignore, that I am immune to. I'm not inured to it. I'm totally immune. There is just something that it cannot penetrate me. So when I've had those conversations with somebody who said, like, oh, who's Nicole Kidman? And I look at them and go, how can you live in the world and not know that?
I mean, I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't know, but yes, I do.
Well, you know about our Nicole. She's one of yours.
No, you're going to say Anna Cole.
But at the same time, you name a sports person, and I'm probably going to go, no, I don't know who that
They have
is.
they have to, they have to be Roger Federer, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan kind of levels for you to know them, right?
And I will say Muhammad Ali definitely is a boxer. Yep. Roger Federer, in my brain, I think it's either a racing car driver or a tennis player. It's one or the other, but I couldn't tell you which.
Are you serious about that? That is amazing.
Swear to God. Couldn't tell you which.
Another one?
I think he's got a face that's a bit like, he looks a bit like he's gurning, like he's going, hey! That's the face he's got. And what did you say the other name was?
Michael Jordan.
Shoes. He's got shoes. And so...
So what kind of shoes are they, though? They're called... I mean, other than Nike, they're called...
Basketball. So he does basketball.
Yeah. And like, to me, that is phenomenal. Like, it is really extraordinary.
Yeah. But it's just... And so... Yeah. And is it a willful ignorance? Absolutely. And
was it always a willful ignorance? Like, was there any part in your life when you, I mean, other than the 1990 World Cup, I imagine, but was there any part, was there any part of your life where you were...
Hang on. Do you think I paid attention to the 1990 World Cup?
Yeah, no, of course not. Yeah, I'm just thinking it's hard for those things in the UK anyway, go on.
So the one thing that kind of pierced my... not even armour, but bubble, would have been Euro 96.
Thank you.
And that was simply because we got married in the summer that the games were being played, and a couple of guests went, oh, is it going to clash with a game? And I said, could not give less of a shit, feel free not to come. And I was then at Bob's cousin's wedding, which was 3 weeks after us. And during the reception, thankfully not during the ceremony, loads of men with transistor radios. Which I was just kind of finding myself watching them going, if I were to pull out, well, it was less about sad, it was more about if I were to pull out, this technology didn't exist really at the time, a miniature television and watch the last episode of Dynasty because it's going live, and there's going to be a
we want to know who shot JR.
And I want exactly. It's like, what are you doing? That doesn't matter. It's like, why? And I think that's So that was me being very confused. Then, has there ever been a time when it wasn't willful?
Or was there any time in your life when you tasted it in order to not like the taste?
No. For me, it is the same as baked beans. I cannot remember when it was that I ate baked beans
to dislike
that made
them.
me exactly. I know.
Thank God we've finally found something in common. We've got something in common.
I know to my very, very soul that baked beans are truly the most repellent thing in the world.
Except you made homemade ones, right, which are extraordinary.
Oh, which are gorgeous. Yeah, but that's totally different. I'm talking about those vivid
slimy
orange things in a... it is like the devil jizzing in your mouth. It is repellent. gross.
Just gonna stop.
Actually, I
Just
probably
stop that
prefer
image
that.
there. Actually, hang on. Just. I don't know where to come back from that one. So, okay. So it's like you. It's like you were born with it.
Yeah.
It's like a dislike.
Yeah. It's like it's a genetic thing, which can't be true because my dad loves everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think I talked recently.
So you haven't even ignored it, have you? It's not like you've gone, I'm going to ignore that.
No. It's. I guess it's like
pre-ignore. It's pre-ignoring.
It's like dyslexia.
You don't even know that you're.
I don't know that I can't read it. I don't know that this is not how other people, when they see, or when I should say, when I see words on a page, I assume everybody sees them like me. I assume everybody is chasing those letters around. Yeah, it's like, well, everybody has to chase letters around. Everybody has to really focus to really make the letters stop moving. That's normal. Yeah. Of course, I realise that that's not how most people encounter text now.
Yeah.
And I've gotten quicker at making them stop moving because I do a lot of reading.
Amazing.
But it's the same thing, I think, for me, is that I just assume that people respond to support, or rather, no, it's not. I know that people don't. It's more, I couldn't imagine a world where football would make sense to me, or just the what is it that I don't like? What is it that I struggle with?
If I watch a horror movie one time, I think one time we should sit down and watch some sort of sport together.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it would be great fun. I mean, just to talk about what was going on and not going on.
Yeah. Seeing my dad enjoying snooker and him explaining snooker to me, as I talked about the other week, that, I wouldn't say it was transformative, but it was like, oh, that's really interesting. It was... It
didn't quite burst the bubble, did it?
No, I'm not going to go and watch snooker by myself, but I could see what was interesting about it. Whereas I think, and this is going to sound dreadful, and I really don't mean this to upset anybody now.
I'm steeling myself.
When I watch, let's say, I'm going to pick tennis because I know it's something that you are fond of. Please don't be upset. When I watch tennis, it is so far away from my lived experience that when I watch people play tennis at the local tennis courts when I'm walking the dog,
it looks no different from
it looks no different than when people do it on television. And I just find myself going like, okay, so they're hitting a ball, and sometimes they miss the ball, and sometimes the ball hits the net. And I can't see a difference.
That's tennis. That's pretty much tennis. You've just summed it up beautifully.
Yeah.
But so this opaque scoring system, but yeah.
Well, I was thinking more that when I watch a snooker match, I can see that, wow, they made that ball hit that other ball that then bounced off that cushion and then went back into that pocket. Yeah. How is that possible? That just boggles my mind. Whereas I look, and so I can see a skill set there. Whereas I've sat down and watched tennis with my dad and just gone, it's just people going, and hitting a ball, and I don't get it. And I don't mean that to be dismissive or rude. I simply
your experience of it.
Don't understand it. So I would... And it's not like my dad hasn't spent 52 years trying to explain to me why this is interesting.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't sit down and watch it in order to try and explain it or to try and convert you. I mean, of course, I know there are different kinds of conversion therapies, but so I would just out of just the kind of curiosity and the pleasure of talking about our experience of it as we're watching. But maybe it wouldn't be any different from what you were just describing. So we should just put that one in the bin.
Well, I mean, I'm happy to do it because you might similarly go, why is this poorly made rubber monster from the 1980s giving you such joy? And I would probably struggle to explain why the poorly made rubber monster from the 1980s gives me such joy because, it's not because it's frightening.
You're talking about Bjorn Borg then, I guess. It's so interesting.
Is he the one who sells the pants?
He does. Any athlete, any sports person who has some kind of clothing line, we're on safe territory.
And this is where I then go, and is he the one who had sex in a cupboard with his nanny and got her pregnant?
No, that's Boris Becker.
So you can see how I could do
Oh,
confusion.
the
There's
BB.
two
The
Bs.
BB. Oh, yeah.
Does Boris Becker have underpants?
I'm sure he wears them, but I don't think he has an underpants
He
line.
doesn't sell them.
He's the one that's been in jail.
What's he been in jail for?
You know what? I think it was probably tax fraud, but I can't remember. Yeah. I never really, they called him Boom Boom Becker. So I know we've touched on the subject many times, but this is something because I think if there is something that shaped who I am and how I am, I think it's sport.
Just before Christmas, there was a kind of a big bubble on my various feeds of this new TV show that everybody was going mental for.
Oh, it's about the gay guys.
Yeah, heated rivalry. And
Is it called? What's it called? Rivalry.
Heated rivalry.
Yeah, heated rivalry. Yeah, one's a Russian.
One's a Russian.
Yeah.
And one's a Canadian.
Canadian. Yeah.
And
did you watch it?
I've avoided it, and it keeps coming up as these little interruptions. I'm like, what are you going on about?
It's in your camp, and your queer feed just keeps coming back, doesn't
exactly,
it?
Exactly. Don't ever click on a drag queen because you'll fall down the rabbit hole of this.
Talk about getting your comeuppance for being so fabulously queer that you just.
But Bob was up in London on Thursday and Friday. I had my train cancelled and I had 2 hours back in the morning, and I thought I could do some work or
and I watched Heated Rivalry.
I watched the first 2 episodes.
Did it get you?
Hook, line, and
You're
sinker.
fucking kidding.
Oh my God.
You are kidding.
Here's the thing. It's one of those things where this is where suddenly sport
I love you, Lee
makes
Miller.
sense.
I love you.
Sport made perfect sense. I was
such
really
a
invested
sucker.
on who
You're
won
such
who
a
won the
sucker.
cup. I really I wanted Montreal to win the cup, but or is it going to go to Boston? I don't know. No, New York won! Hooray!
The Stanley Cup, of course, is what you're talking about. Just for our listeners that care. Yeah, it's the Stanley Cup. It's one of the biggest. You should have a look at it after. It's one of the biggest trophies you can possibly imagine. I mean, it's basically they're lifting a building on their shoulders. They're winning the team.
It did look big when they picked it up. My favourite thing was that as a result of this,
you've watched you've watched the whole season, have you?
Oh God, yeah, because it's now Sunday. Of course, what else are you going to do on a Saturday?
A lot of sex? Was it quite steamy sex, or was it a little bit?
Well, this is the thing. It's been sold as, this is really sexually explicit. What you get is a lot of bottoms. Well, actually, you get two bottoms. It's the same two bottoms over and over again. And I have to say, remarkable bottoms. I don't know that I've seen bottoms quite this impressive. Very round, very shiny, very good bottoms. 10 out of 10 for bottoms.
I learnt there's a word for, I think it's, or our Italian listeners are just going to go bloody ballistic, but it's like sodo. So when an egg is cooked, like a hard-boiled egg, I think it's like that. But the only time they also use this adjective is for culo. So when you have a really kind of like hard-boiled ass, basically. So it's like that, basically. I think it's sodo. I think that's right. Anyway.
Yeah, a hard-boiled arse is an excellent way to describe it. So there's a lot of them.
Title. Please, large language model, picking my show titles. Can you include that one as an option?
There was also, there's also a lot of implied oral sex, but it's implied.
Yeah. I'm not going to see anyone filleting someone on a... I mean, come on, Lee. I don't know what your expectations are.
Pretty high. Or pretty low, depends which your direction of travel is.
Come again?
That's what he said. But I think what was interesting is that if you were to swap out one of the male performers for a female performer, I don't think anybody would be talking about the sex.
Yeah, right. Do you think it's still a little bit don't go there. It starts with B. The word I'm thinking of starts with B. a little bit.
Well, I'm thinking taboo. Rather
Taboo.
than
That's exactly. It was the B. Sorry, that was.
gotcha.
Thank you. Do you think it's still a little bit taboo, at least in Western?
I think in some sections of society it is. I think I've seen a couple.
Clearly, the entire Bible Midwest of the United States of America.
Yeah, but this takes us back to the social media of it all. If you watch, I can't even remember what it was on Instagram that came up on my feed, but it was. I get those things stitched where somebody critiques the thing that has happened. So I tend to only see right-wing manosphere stuff because somebody says this is bad. And I'm kind of like, thanks for telling me that that's bad. But literally, there were 3 guys almost vomiting about the fact that 2 men had kissed in public. And I just found that to be, like, insane. And these guys were, like, probably in their 20s. And I genuinely could not fathom. All I was looking at was like, wow, the internalized homophobia here. You must really want to kiss your friends. That's all I can do. I can just pathologize it and go, you really want to kiss your friends, and that's why it's upsetting you so much. Because I couldn't understand why else they would be so challenged by it. It was bizarre. So
what's the threat there? The threat,
exactly. Are they kissing
even
you?
If you say, well, it's
No.
the threat to the family or the idea
Fuck
of
the family.
No,
Oh.
I know.
But it's like. That's
if
the
you're
bit
trying to
that,
rationalise that kind of threat,
I don't think
odd.
you can rationalise it, can you? Because what is this quote unquote threat to the family?
Well, yeah.
Are you going to go away and have kids? Yeah, I'm going to go away and have kids. There is no threat to your family. Crack on, carry on. Stop worrying about it. But.
Heated rivalry.
Heated rivalry. Yeah, it was. It
sounds like a big recommendation from you.
Well, I've got to say, 6 episodes, really, really quite delightful storytelling, well structured, high quality, relatively high quality TV, and dare one say, a happy ending. Just really. Not that kind. Although, yeah, lots of those as well. But
it had many happy endings.
Many happy endings throughout, and then a sense of potential and hope and growth. And it was in an explicitly homophobic culture, which they talk about throughout.
Yeah, I can
it was lovely. It was absolutely lovely.
In Premier League football, I don't think there's been ever has there
since
been
Justin Fashanu.
But I think he came out after he retired.
I know he took his own life. Yeah, just it's heartbreaking, and it's just it's so. Oh, I've now pulled the plaster off something that really makes me cross, and it was supposed to be like a funny button on the end of the conversation that was, we've talked about sports, and the only sports I like is when boys kiss, but actually
they kiss all the time in the football.
But it just it breaks my heart that we have. I think this is what it comes down to. It breaks my heart that we are so incapable of showing affection for consensually showing affection for other human beings without it immediately becoming something that has to be sexualized.
I mean, this is why I hate the word bromance. Like, why can't two men
friends.
they're just friends, and they like to touch and hug and I just really. It's just my buzz, that one. Hey, listen, we should stop though, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should.
But I just did want to say, did you get that email from Netflix saying that they want to buy us for a lot of money to produce a podcast on Netflix? Have you heard about Netflix and podcast? Did you get that email?
No, I didn't get the email.
But I think we have to film each other, though. We're going to have to be, filmed.
We've got to film each other so that we can... I'm not... You see, that might just be too much.